everybody, and welcome back to the KK Zone. As ever, I am Kara Kaufman, your host, here with the results of the end of this Rangers series. When last we spoke, the Yankees had won one game and lost one game, and I had hoped maybe they lost the first game of the series, so they could storm back and win the next three, and we could all feel a lot happier than if it had been the reverse order and they'd won three and then lost one. Well, you know what? They did just that. And you know what? I think I was right. We do feel better about it, don't we? I mean, if they'd had 3 games in a row against the Rangers and then lost the final one to fail at the sweep again, wouldn't we all be like, But instead, losing the first one was frustrating, and then they came back and won 3 in a row. That is called winning a 4-game series the hard way, and that was really satisfying to watch. So that's one. That's great. But I'm kind of bearing the lead here because, Corey Kluber threw a no-hitter. Crazy! This is so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to jump right in and do these 2 games. They won them both. This was great. Let me recap them. I'm giving myself 2.5 minutes. We'll see if I can squeeze this in. This was a really exciting couple of days of baseball in Yankee land. Okay, let's go. Ready, set, go. Wednesday night in Arlington, Yankees taking on the Rangers in the 3rd game of a 4-game set, and I am watching the game while cooking, so watching but not staring at the screen, and it takes me until the 6th inning to look at Twitter and realize that the Rangers haven't yet had a hit. This was the sneakiest no-hitter ever. It was just, I wasn't expecting it, even though I should have been, because if we're keeping track, this is the 6th no-hitter already. 6, not counting Bumgarner, in which case it would be 7. Wow, the record in the modern era is 7. The record all time is 8. This year is going to smash that into oblivion. But this isn't about that. This is about Corey Kluber. He had it all working. That Kluber ball, call it a slider, call it a curveball, it's a Kluber ball. It was carving guys up left and right, anywhere he wanted it on a string. Fastball was effective off of it. He threw a changeup or 2. He threw some sinkers. He was throwing the kitchen sink, and let me tell you, the kitchen sink was going to the precise pinpoint location to which he chucked it. Well done, Corey Kluber. He struck out 9 guys in his 9 innings of hitless ball. It only wasn't a perfect game because he walked 1 dude, Charlie Culberson, in the 3rd. So this was early on. It wasn't like, perfect game territory. So that was okay. Meanwhile, he only threw 101 pitches to get through this no-hitter. That's crazy. Of those 101 pitches, 71 were strikes. Talk about your best command and control. He had it all night. But it seemed like the Yankees were not going to win the game because they just could not manage to score until our savior in the 6th inning, Tyler Wade, with Higgy on first base, he tripled. This is hilarious. It's fun to watch Tyler Wade run. He's really, really fast. Triple was great. He reached 3rd base before Higashioka got home. That's always kind of fun. And then the next batter up, Luigi LeMahieu, sacrifice fly. Tyler Wade scores with no trouble on a shallow ball to left field. 2-0, that's where it stayed. Wish they could have scored more, but who cares? Corey Kluber. This is the first no-hitter the Yankees have had since 1999. Corey Kluber threw the first Yankee hitter of this millennium. That is bonkers. After all his Cy Young years as a Cleveland player, who would have thunk this would happen as a Yankee? It was amazing. Loved it. Okay, Thursday's game, plowing through. Same score, same result, exactly. 2-0 Yankees. This one just no one could score. Rangers couldn't score, Yankees couldn't score. Finally, they broke through in the 7th inning, and this time it was 2 pinch hit singles. They had men on, and then Gio Urshela, pinch hit, single, run scores. Aaron Judge, pinch hit, single, run scores. Thank goodness for those guys. But I gotta call out Gio Urshela here because he was obviously a hero, but also made 2 idiotic base running mistakes in the only 2 innings he was actually in the game. Okay, I didn't finish. I'm gonna keep going. I got too distracted talking about the no-hitter. I should have given myself more time, obviously. So let's just finish today's game, which is to say, Herman was really good. He pitched 7 innings, scoreless, against a bad team, but still that will play. Gleyber Torres, still under the base. Apparently that's the thing he's doing these days. That was really good. And back to Urshela for a second. He had that pinch hit single, and then when Judge had his pinch hit single, Urshela was on first, Gary Sanchez on second. Judge hits a single. Gary hustles the heck home. He's really speeding on the bases a lot lately and doing it pretty well. Meanwhile, Urshela goes to second, but somehow he made too far of a turn towards third and got thrown out trying to get back to second base. That idiotic base running. Really dumb. And then in the 9th inning, he in fact was on second. Again, he had walked. And then up at the plate, a ball hit the dirt and didn't get that far from the catcher, and Gio tried to get to third base on that play. He didn't. I mean, he did get there, but he tagged, instead of tagging the base, he tagged the third baseman's shoe. So that's not going to make you safe, unfortunately. He did a really great job evading the tag initially, so he would have been safe, except that he didn't actually touch a base. So turns out that's an important rule in baseball. Anyway, Gio Urshela, 2 toot blands, that is thrown out like a ninny on the base paths. Yep. Or, sorry, that is thrown out on, thrown out on the base paths like a ninny. Toot bland. It's a fantastic little phrase. We use it all the time. It's good stuff. Anyway, Gio had 2 of those somehow and is only 2 times on base. Here to the game in the 7th inning. How do you make 2 huge base running errors after coming in the game in the 7th inning? Can't be that mad because the Yankees won the game, but guys, clean it up a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Gardner had 2 hits today. That was nice to see. Greeny and Chappie really sealed it down at the end. Coming away out of Texas with 3 wins out of 4, we will take it. But now I gotta talk about Corey Kluber again for a second, because that no-hitter was obviously amazing. He's the kind of guy you would expect to have already thrown one, but he hadn't. Now he has, and he's also, they describe him as Klubot, right? He doesn't show a lot of emotion. Well, here you go, look at this. I caught one of him smiling. He's happy. Kluber threw a no-hitter, and he is smiling. And he was mobbed by his teammates, and he gave everyone a big hug. In particular, he gave Higashioka a big hug because, they did a beautiful job working together on that no-hitter. That pitcher-catcher bond, the beautiful game calling, that was really important. They were clearly on the same page start to finish. That was really cool to see. Also got a big hug, Tyler Wade, because what I didn't get to say in this game was Ryan Lamar was playing center field when the game started, but he tweaked a hammy running to first pretty early, so Tyler Wade to come in and play right field. He's not a very experienced outfielder. He can do it, but then of course, in the last 5 innings of the game, every single fly ball to the outfield was to Wade and right, and they're mostly pretty easy. But I have to tell you, watching this game, the 9th inning, all 3 balls that were hit, I thought were going to be hits. I went, oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. But you know what? None of them were, in fact, and they weren't even terribly tough plays. But the one to Tyler Wade was. It wasn't a huge hit probability there, but with an inexperienced right fielder in the pressure of a no-hitter in the 9th inning, that one was a line drive off the end of the bat, so it was tailing a little away towards the foul line, and you know what? Wade got there in plenty of time. So, blessings upon Tyler Wade for showing a lot of poise in a pretty rough situation. Also important, Gleyber Torres back from the COVID list. Yay! So he actually played in both those games yesterday and today. Good to see him back on the field. That was exciting. Clint Frazier seems to be dealing with some kind of neck issue, so he has not played in either of these 2 games, so, I'm assuming it's not serious. If it is, they should really put him on the IL and be fully stocked for tomorrow, so I guess we'll see what happens there. But, in conclusion, Corey Kluber is amazing. And, okay, so you saw the photo of him smiling. That was great. It was cool to see everyone get congratulated, and him get congratulated by everyone, really, more accurately. But then, of course, they got him for the on-field interview post-game. How could you not? He was clearly the star of the game. This was the most robotic interview I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think he cracked a smile once during the interview. So, he does smile. He has feelings. He can show them like a person, but somehow in the interview setting, just yeah. These are the screenshots I took. What is this? Just yes, it was really exciting. I'm sure he was excited, but it was pretty funny, the contrast between the words coming out of his mouth and the way his face looked while he was saying them. And then there was this. Look at this. Apparently back in the clubhouse, both pitcher and catcher got doused in champagne while in laundry hamper cart things. Strange, but you know what? Whatever keeps them loose and makes them have fun, I am all here for, and certainly Kluber seemed to be enjoying all his time with his teammates. So I am thrilled for him. I am thrilled for the Yankees. Fun fact too, the Rangers got no hit, obviously. It's their 2nd time this season. So how about this? 6 no-hitters have been thrown this season, which, as we've covered, is insane, but only 3 teams have been no-hit because they've each been no-hit twice. Oof. That's no fun at all. Cleveland, ugh. Seattle, Texas, ugh. All 3 teams no hit twice. That is not something you really want to be seeing happening when it is your team on the losing end of a no-hitter more than once in a single season. Not fun at all. So I am sorry to fans of those 3 franchises, but hey, Yankee fans, what a cool couple days for the Yanks. So looking ahead, we have got the end of this epic road trip. It was a 10-game road trip, and do you know the Yankees went 7-3? I say that's pretty good. If you're gonna win all but 1 game on every single stop of your road trip, you are going to do pretty well. Teams ahead of them have been performing, so they're still in 3rd place, although it's all very bunchy still. Red Sox and Rays right ahead, Blue Jays right behind. Orioles kind of sailing off in the distance a bit now. But in any case, you had to keep up with the Joneses, and they did on this road trip, and now they are home where they usually play their best baseball. That said, they got a tough homestand here, starting with 3 against the sizzling hot, very exciting and fun White Sox, who will have a preview for you tomorrow. That should be fun. They are a great team to watch, but probably less great when your own team is playing them because they are really good, people. The White Sox are scary. So, I'm going to be at the stadium tomorrow on Friday. It's our first time there since 2019. I absolutely cannot wait. You'll be sure to hear all about it when I am through with that trip. And frankly, I don't have super high hopes for this series just because of the role the White Sox are on. And the Yankees have been playing great, but they have not been scoring a lot. And the White Sox sure do score at will, it seems like. But if they play their best, they can beat anybody. I fully believe that. And in either case, at least it'll be fun to watch the White Sox up close. So I am psyched. Yankees pitching is going to have to maintain its excellence to keep that intense lineup down, and maybe if our guys could hit a little more, that would help. That's what I am looking forward to in the next couple of days. And so to tie a bow on this one, let us do the haikus for these 2 games. The first one, it'll be no surprise, is as follows. Kluber no-hitter! Corey Kluber no-hitter! Wow, 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 wow. That was how it felt. Like I said, it kind of snuck up on me a bit there, and it felt a little bit surreal, but once it happened, just so happy for the guy. Couldn't be happier for the Klubot. And then from today's game, only 2 runs scored, and both on pinch hit singles. But hey, I will take it. Yeah, I'll take it. That's right. Because a win is a win is a win is a win, and would you like to score more runs against a poor team like the Rangers? You would, but did you win the game? You did. And that, my friends, is what matters. And so, on that note, I will let the marvelous Stephen Sondheim sing us off into the night with this from Into the Woods. Happy now, and happy hence, and happy ever after. Well, how can you not be happy after watching an actual no-hitter? It's the first time I've ever watched in real time, so that was pretty cool. Happy hence, I mean, the Yankees are coming back to the Bronx. I'm gonna go to the stadium. Happy ever after? You know what, we can hope. The Yankees are playing solid baseball. If they keep playing solid baseball, then we will be happy ever after for at least until they start playing poorly again. Hey, take it while it's good and enjoy it. So, we'll have a lot to talk about as this White Sox series is underway, but in the meantime, enjoy this post-Corey Kluber no-hitter high, won't you? I know I will. I'll talk to you again soon, but until I do, as always, go Yanks.